Here we are, almost a year later, and I finally have time and all of the parts to show you how to put this little journal together. If you can remember, we did some collage with magazine cutouts and ephemera, and then did a little bit of Asemic writing. Now we're going to put all of these pages together in one little journal. We're going to add a few pages. We will just be sticking some of my own drawings on here. I printed them on sticker paper and had them cut with my Cricut. So we're going to use them as little stickers today. You'll find this sheet and its accompanying friends on ansodesigns.com. You can go ahead and download the set for yourself and have fun. You can color them in. As a matter of fact, I've decided to use a few of these pastel markers, and because most of these colors are already in some or other form on the ephemera, see the green, pink, I'm just going to color in the biggest ones and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so let's get to the part where we assemble the book or the little journal. I've got some extra white sheets here, or just A4 size, and then a couple of black sheets. It's not the same as the originals I used, but this is the closest I could get, and if you have some spare ones, they'll do just fine. So I think we should start by folding a cover. We just put some of these things aside first. Now these are folded in half and the work is done on the right hand side. So this side will be available for more writing or for more images. Right. So the cover is also just a black sheet, so I want to have that on the outside and then have one white sheet of paper. And then one of the journal pages. Then again one black. Or let's do this differently. Let's put another white one in between so that we have that contrast between light, dark, throughout the whole journal. That's excellent. And then we'll have another white one. And then another journal page. You get the drift. And there's no hard and fast rules about this. You can stick yours any way you like, in any order you like. And if you haven't made your journal pages yet, or your collage papers, you can still go back and do those and watch the other videos, and then come back to this one and have loads of fun. I'm going to finish the center with one last black sheet to fill the journal past what we have. But even as simple as this, just shake them together, you'll see that because these gradually fit into each other, the edge will stick out, and you'll have the wedge that was formed there will be here on the outside. We're going to cut that off at the end if it bothers you. If it doesn't, you can keep it as is. So just use a piece of elastic. These are readily available at your supermarket or at the fabric store. I normally take 2 lengths of the spine and about 3 centimeters extra. So it will be 1, 2 lengths and 6 centimeters. Alright. Then in the half, you just put your elastic over and tie it off. This is the easiest, simplest journal you'll ever create. There's no sewing, there's no stapling, there's no assembly. You just fold your pages and get them together in the book. There we go. They don't fall out, they don't get lost, and they're safe. Your elastic is going to move to the back end corner. You can always move it forward if you want to. You can stick it down with washi tape or glue if you're afraid that it's going to come loose. And if you want to, you can use a stapler, but then you'll need one of the long arm staples to reach over this edge. There are other methods of fastening your book, but I found this to be the quickest. I'm going to use one of my flower drawings from my sketchbook blossom class. Just going to roughly cut it out. I always like using things that are lying around that don't have a place yet, and give them a place. And that way they're not lying around and in my way all the time. Hope I'm not making you dizzy by doing this the whole time. Okay. This is going to be the front cover of our design. going to fold that over instead of cutting back into it. There we go. And then with my white marker, well, white pen, I'm just going to write up there black and white journal, or just the word journal. There, I got it working. Now, I've heard many artists say that they don't like their handwriting, and you learned how to write that way, and if you don't like the handwriting, then you have to develop a new handwriting, much the same way as you develop that one that you apparently don't like. I always feel that things start out kind of ugly and then they gradually become prettier. So this is your page, and you can draw and design it any way you like. Guess what I found in a drawer? This is a little packet filled with alphabet letters. They're cut out from a previous project, and I think I'm going to use them in this journal. And then, while I found those, I found these. A little bit of ephemera. I don't know where these came from or how I got them, but I found them in my drawer. And it's kind of funny because I don't recall putting them in there. Maybe the fairies brought them. Anyway, now we've got things to play with. As before, you can select, oh, this one is so cute. It says romantic poetry. And you won't believe me, but I always write blessings and good, kind words in my Asemic writing. I don't use mine for swearing and using bad language. I actually write positive affirmations. I don't want to be reminded of feelings I had when I wrote them. So using the Asemic writing is a great way to disguise what you were feeling at the time, even though you can still get a sense through the mood of your piece. I absolutely adore writing positive things about myself, about my family, and about my friends, and even strangers. Even if somebody upset me, I still try and find positive words to write about that situation. So I know this one spread was about a romantic getaway I wanted to do with my husband and didn't get round to it. So let's put the romantic poetry in there for now. Collect beautiful things. It's also pretty. Adored. So what we're going to do is, on the right sides of every page, we can add a few little trinkets here and there. and just create the page like we did all the others. The basics of getting this book together is it's there. You can take that and adapt it any way you like. For me, this is the fastest way to keep everything together. One last thing I'm going to show you before I get to playing with my found pieces of ephemera is to cut off those edges. I have a cutting mat, a sturdy ruler, and a utility knife. And all you're going to do is slowly and gradually hold your blade against your ruler. Don't press too hard. You can always go layer for layer and cut through that. This is to make sure that the edge of your book is nice and straight. There we go. Now it looks like a store-bought one. It's smooth, it's straight, it doesn't stick out, and when you page like that they flow over each other just like a normal book. So I'm going to forward through this next part and play with my pages.